Hi, so a few people said they'd appreciate some 5x5 example solves, and I average about 42, and all of the example solves on YouTube are kind of old or kind of bad. So I'm here to make some of my own ones. So here, I would look at yellow probably first because I see this bar and this bar, which can be easy to make into other stuff, but actually white is probably better looking at it because I have this which I can really easily make into something else, and or into a bar in the middle, and then I have this which I can influence with this to create a 1 by 3. So here I would do D, R, and then U2 so that this would be ready to get preserved or get solved, and then insert the bar down here. And then because I was looking ahead, I saw this and this, so I rotate immediately down there. And then I see that I got pretty lucky because this is here, and I can insert straight away with this. And then again, I have these two matched up, which I can insert straight away like that. Then as I was looking ahead, I saw that I would have all my orange pieces right in the front. So I saw this, this, and this. So I can do U prime R2 to make this. And then I'm looking ahead to this green edge because my pieces are in front of me. So I'd bring back to do an L, or bring my thumb back to do an L to stay in home grip, and to have this in an easier position. So I do R to F, and then I probably should do something like that, but in an actual solve I'd do pair these up like opposite each other, and then do L, U2, L2, and then insert it into its slot. Here I have this and this, which I can just do an M2 for. Then I got pretty lucky on my green center, so I could just do this. I'm gonna to make it all but one, and then do a com there. Yep, whoops. Then I would insert this down here, and I would have liked to preserve this in some way, but it's probably not worth it. And in hindsight, I can actually solve it again as I'm bringing my other stuff back. So I can do R, U, R, U2, and then I would do an R2, but I have this here. So I would just do an R prime, and then U prime, R prime to get this. And then I see I have this here, so I can do R2, U2, R prime, U2, R prime, and then that. And just because I see it, I'd probably want to preserve this, but I would end up breaking. I would have saved another one of these anyway, but I can do, because I just like preserving some blocks just to make my edges easier. So then for this case, you can do R prime, U prime, R, or, you can do U, R, U prime, R prime, U, R, U prime, R prime to make that. And this is a case that comes up a lot. Same with this on the other side, which you can do really easily. Then I do a U here to make sure this doesn't get stuck. And then I see these are my three pieces I'm looking out for. And then I do R, U prime, R prime, U. And then I do a lefty hedge, which isn't great. But then I have this here and this here, which I know I'll be able to pair up in one slice straight away. and out of habit I would align cross edges. Then I see this here, and then I slice, and I got this, so I do flipping alg, and then I saw that this edge would go back there, so I can solve that with this checkerboard pattern. So I can do R prime, U, D, and then same thing there. And I know from looking ahead and kind of earlier, I knew I had this block would be saved. So I was looking for the edge, and it's here. So here I can do that, rotate, flip, and then there. And then here I would just do RU prime, R2U prime, R to set up my last 4 edges to be all in front of me basically. So here I do a hedge, U prime, D prime. I do a hedge here so that when I insert this, this would go back. And then I do slice, flip, slice on the left, or which I don't like doing that much, but it's fine. Then I'd probably rotate down so that I can go immediately into my last 2 edges alg, because basically this is the one last 2 edges case I don't know, so I wouldn't insert like that. I'd insert down here. And then 3x3 stage is boring, so I won't wait around. So we got another scramble here. This one is much worse. Usually on worse scrambles, I don't make T's or 2x2 or 2x3 blocks straight away. I just solve them in bars, and this I can do a bar with this and this in 2 moves, and I see I have this here which I want to insert an edge into, so I'll know I can do insert that with M moves here, and I have this pattern here which is usually pretty good, and I can insert the corner into here to make a bar like that. And then here I'll see that I'll have this in the top and this here, and nothing else is that great. I don't see this, but I can insert that there to make the bar, and then insert an edge to make the T. And then here I would just insert that. Here I'm looking ahead to my cross edges, so I see this, this, and this, which I'll use as my first cross edge. Then here, and I'll know that this is my cross edge that I want to do, and these two are like this, so I can do R2, U2, R2, U. And then I don't like this being on the top, so I'll try find a way to solve my next cross edges by putting that at the bottom or on one of the sides, and I can do that by doing this green. So I insert that in the top so I can slice straight down, and then U, slice, and then L, D prime, L prime to make color scheme correct. And then through look ahead, I know this is my orange edge, and these two are here, so I can do R prime, U2, M, and then D prime. And then my orange center is probably the best here for what I'm looking ahead to. So I can insert the bar here, and I see this pattern where they're opposite each other, so I can do insert straight away. And then I'll know my other orange like corner center is in the back, so I can do that to pair it up. And then here I have all of this going on, so I'd make these two separate and insert this edge down here, But to make my full 2x3, I would do, and then this is kind of bad because they're all in front of me, or like my two solve centers are in front of me, but I do that and immediately go down. And then here, I'd insert this to get this last two centers case, which is just a commutator. Then here, I would do U prime, R, U prime, R prime, and then lefty hedge, and then R prime, F prime, R, F to solve that. And from what I was looking at, I saw this was here and this could slice in one go. So I would do that and insert this edge down here. And then I'll look for something else good to insert in, and I could do that here. So I would do RU prime, R prime, and then wide U, hedge. I'm looking at this, this, and this, my red and yellow. So I'd rotate like this here, and I'll know that's paired up in the back. And to avoid rotating or any lefty moves, I can just insert this here and do a wide U. And then here I can do a hedge to take this out and get ready to pair this up, and then just use lefty moves. I got lucky here and saw as I was moving back that this got preserved, so I know I can just do R prime U R to do that, to get ready for doing cycles in the front. And I would just insert that, solve that, and do this last two edges out, and then 3x3 stage. I don't know this one. So this is the last one I'm gonna do, and I see here that I have this bar, and this bar on white, and I can make a 2x3 with two of them, and then preserve the last one to insert as a bar here, because this is the one, this is, I can actually like do something slightly better by, if I insert this edge here, I get this L, which I can then match up to this. And then I also see this is there, this is solved, so I want to kind of preserve this. There you go. Then you do R prime F, slice with my thumb, which isn't great, and then here to solve this I do a B prime before inserting down, and then I see this is here and this, so even though it's probably not the best, I would insert this here, and I know my one corner center has gone onto the back, so I'll just rotate sideways to spot them all. And then I could do something like that, but I don't like the finger trick, so I'd rotate and rotate back. I see my orange pieces here, here, and here. So if I do an R prime, D prime, they're all in the same slice, ready to pair up. Then I'll insert them here, put it in the bottom. Then I will do R prime to pair this up, and I see this in the back, and I insert it in the bottom. Then finally I see this, this, and this. Oh, I'm out of frame. So I can put these in the same slice, and then L to F. And what I'd see first is orange, where I have this pattern with this lightning bolt shape, so I can just do R prime U to R to make that. And if I can, I want to try and preserve some of this stuff on green, so instead of like doing that, I would go up and pair up this with this in the back, and then R2, L, F prime, L prime, and I see this is here, and because I just see this this solved edge while I'm solving, I know if I do an R2, I can preserve it, which will always be good for solving edges. And then I just do that to insert. Then here, if I do this, I get this sort of pattern. And instead of just going straight into it, I get a bad final case. So if I do U prime, I can do this, and I'll get this, this case, which is just a 3-move insert. And I saw this get paired up, and I know this is the other piece that needs to be paired up. So I'll slice, flip, D, RU, RU prime, R2, and I've got this, which I preserved. And then I saw this here and this, so I can do U, U2, and then hedge. And then I saw this blue edge go into the back, so I can do RU prime, R prime, U, and then flip. Then kind of look ahead's kind of bad here, but because I'm going slowly, I can see that this is here, and I have these other two. So I can insert like that. And as I'm going, I see this, and I want to preserve this block here. And I can do a flipping alg here, which will solve that in the back. And then I'll take this edge out, rotate around, and this is just a cycle into parity. So if I do a slice there, I get my parity edge, which will end up in the top, which is usually better. Insert that there and slice back. And then here, just do parity. And then I have 3x3 stage again. That's not right. There you go.